Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Padyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badharayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vatvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavato Sahano Bhunakto Sahavidyam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Klishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishna Dvaipayanam Vyasam Sarvalokahite Ratam Vedabja Bhaskaram Vande Shamadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasramurte Purushottamasya Sahasranetranana Pada Baho Sahasranamam Stavanam Prashastam Niruchyate Janma Jaradi Shantyai. So namaste once again, everyone.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskaram. So we were seeing this shloka. Samavarto nivrittatma durjayo duratikramaha durlabo durgamo durgo duravaso durariha. And in the last class, the last nama we saw was Durgamaha, the one who is known with difficulty. He is difficult to know because all of us keep searching for Bhagavan everywhere without realizing that Bhagavan is my own self, my own real nature. It is just like, in Tamil, there is one anecdote. For those who know Tamil, others, please excuse me. இடுப்புல குழந்தைய வச்சுண்டு ஊரு முழுக்க தேடினாளாம். The lady who was she was looking for her child everywhere without realizing that she was carrying the child in her own what you call in her hands, you can put it. I don't know what is the hip or waist. Yeah, carrying in the waist, and she was looking for the child everywhere. Like that, we are looking for Bhagavan everywhere without realizing that we are Aham Brahmasmi, we don't realize. So that is why he is Durgamaha. So next nama is Durgaha. Durgamaha, Durgaha, more or less same meaning, but slight different shade is there. Durga is the one who is difficult to attain. So even one knows that I am Bhagavan, it is still very difficult to attain. Attain means assimilate that knowledge. Antaraya pratihataihi dukkhat avapyate iti Durgaha. Therefore, once our antakaranam is ready, it has attained a sufficient degree of purity, then Bhagavan is easily known. Bhagavan is easily known mean was, I will understand that there is no difference between me and Ishvara. But if that is not the case, there will be a lot of obstacles, difficulties, and therefore Bhagavan is not easily realized. Durga hai. And therefore we can say he is not easily attained also. So this is pointing out that it is not merely an intellectual knowledge that I know Aham Brahmasmi. That one, first of all, has to have complete doubtless understanding that I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. After that, one needs to actually dwell on that knowledge for a sufficient period of time. There is some disturbance I am getting from some unmuted. Yeah, thanks. So for a sufficient period of time, we have to dwell on that knowledge. We have to meditate on that knowledge. For what? To remove all the obstacles, to remove our past orientation that I am this body, mind, sense complex. The ahankara and the mamakara has to be removed completely. Then only we will realize, then only Bhagavan is easily known. If that doesn't happen, if we don't do that, Bhagavan is Durga, difficult to attain. Then Duravasa. Again, same theme is repeated. Duravasa, I mean the one who is not easily retained in the mind. Dukkena avapsyate chitte yogibihi samadhaviti duravasa. So as I say, keep saying, the final sadhana is what? Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam means Vedantic meditation. Dhyanam. First we start with the dhyanam even before we get into the Vedantic meditation. Even during our Karma Yoga period where we are preparing our mind for gaining this knowledge, we do dhyanam. And for that purpose, a form is given to the Lord. So we first start meditating on a form, a alambanam. It could be a Shivalinga, a linga. It could be a proper human form. That is how we start training our mind. First have a form. Meditate on Ishvara. And even when we are doing that, if one is not ready, or till one becomes ready, I would put it, it is very difficult to retain that form in the mind and meditate. Those people who try to meditate will understand this. We have a form, we are starting meditating, then what happens? Lot of other thoughts come in the mind. That form vanishes for some time. Then you try to bring that form again. Meditate for a few minutes, or even sometimes few seconds. Again, that form gets replaced by other thoughts. So but then we should not get frustrated, because that is the nature of the mind. If at all there is one thing which we cannot control easily in this entire world, even one may be able to control one's spouse, which of course itself is very, very difficult. But more difficult than that is controlling the mind. Managing the mind, I would put it. Directing the mind towards this meditation without any disturbance. Very difficult. Therefore, constant training becomes necessary, and hence he is Duravasa, one who is not easily retained in the mind. Then Durariha. Durariha means the one who removes the enemies. Durarinaha, Durgaminaha, Danavadayaha, Tan Anti Iti Durariha. When we face difficulties in life, normally whenever we are confronted with lot of difficulties, lot of challenges in life, the first casualty is our Shraddha on Ishvara. Why is Ishvara doing all this to me? Everybody says Ishvara is a compassionate entity, but why he is not being compassionate to me? But if even there are difficulties, there are challenges, if you still hold on to Ishvara, keep praying. After the full understanding that it is not Ishvara who is responsible, it is the law of karma because of which I am faced with this. And the only way I can actually either get these difficulties removed or at least mitigate their intensity is to continue to hold on to Ishvara. And if we do that, the difficulties themselves may not vanish, but our capacity to face them, to bear the pain, increases immensely. Because Bhagavan is Durariha. He is the remover of even the most difficult enemies. External enemies are not that difficult to remove. The enemies which are emotional enemies, which we keep on fighting, internally, they are very complex. Therefore, if we hold on to Ishvara, if we bring more and more Ishvara into our life, those enemies will be neutralized. All internal enemies, emotional enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they will all be neutralized over a period of time. And it is Ishvara's thought, Ishvara's meditating on Ishvara, all these things can be removed. So he is Durariha. Now, next sloka. Excuse me. Shubhango loka sarangah sutantu vardhanah indra karma mahakarma krita karma kritagamah. So here we got 8 namas. Shubhangah, lokasarangah, sutantuhu, tantuvardhanah, indrakarma, mahakarma, kritakarma, kritagamah. 8 namas. Shubhangah. Anga normally means limbs, parts of the body, anga. So, Shobhanaihi, Angaihi, Avayavaihi, Dheyatvat Shubhanga. Bhagavan is called Shubhanga, the one whose Angas limbs are beautiful and auspicious. The word Shobhana means both. Shubh, that beautiful also is there, auspicious is also there. And this nama is with reference to the avatars. Rama avatara, Krishna avatara, so many avatars. So in an avatara, every part of the Bhagavan, every part of the body of Bhagavan is a blessing. And avatar of Ishvara is what? To re-establish dharma. Dharma samsthapan arthaya. Therefore, the very avatara, it's a blessing rather. Now, I have talked about earlier about two types of avatars, Purna Avatara and Amsha Avatara. In a Purna Avatara, every anga, every aspect is a blessing. Whereas in Amsha Avatara, only certain angas are blessing. For example, in Amsha Avatara, in certain ways, the Buddhi is exalted. That's why we say Veda Vyasa was a Amsha Avatara. Physically, Veda Vyasa was not at all beautiful in the sense that he was dark colored and he had a very, I would say, not a very pleasant face. When we read Mahabharata, we come to know all these things. But his buddhi was exalted. Tremendous. I mean, we have not come across any Acharya, any Rishi who has, contributed so much for the entire Vedic teaching rather. So in Amshavatara, certain aspects, certain components are exalted, whereas in a Purnavatara, every anga, every aspect is exalted, is a blessing. So in Amshavatara, there is a partial glory, which of course is also extraordinary. So in the Purna Avatara, the mind, buddhi, hands, every legs, all angas are a blessing. And therefore, when we meditate upon Bhagavan, normally we meditate upon Bhagavan in the form of Purna Avatara. So, Bhagavan is to be meditated upon with a form in which every limb is beautiful and it's a source of Shubha, auspiciousness, blessing for all of us. When we meditate upon Purnavatara as Shubhanga hai. The next nama is Lokasaranga hai. Lokasaranga, two meanings Adi Shankara takes. The one who takes the essence of the world. This is the first meaning. The second meaning is the one gained through the essence of the universe. Lokanam saram sarangavat bhringavat grinnati iti lokasarangah. Lokasaraha pranavaha tena gamyate iti lokasarangah. Very two beautiful sentences he gives. The Lokasara, the essence of the universe, is what? Omkara. In the Upanishad, it is mentioned that Prajapati meditated and he got the three Vedas as the essence of the Lokas. He meditated upon the three Vedas. Excuse me. He meditated upon the three Vedas and got three Vyahritis. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha. And when he got these three Vyahritis, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha, he further meditated upon these Vyahritis and got Pranava, that is Omkara, as the essence. Therefore, the essence of all the worlds and the meaning of all the words is Pranava, Omkara. This is one meaning. So we can we can actually, Omkara is not a physical symbol. Omkara is a sound symbol. So we can meditate upon Omkara. In fact, sannyasi's meditation is on Omkara only. Omkara is what? Advaitam. There is only Omkara. Nothing else is there. That is, entire world is Omkara. Another meaning Shankara takes, the bee is called Saranga. You know, bee, the honey bee. It's called Saranga. Why? Because it takes the essence of all the flowers and gives it as honey to all of us. So here, Bhagavan is Lokasaranga because Lokasaram Gacchati. He is the one who is in the form of Prajapati, has obtained the Pranava as Sara, the one essence of all the lokas. So he is also Lokasaranga because Lokasarena Gavyate. He is attained through Pranava, essence of all the words. And which is what I say we just now saw by analyzing what it means is that's a Omkara. So the comparison here is like a bee. He, Prajapati, you know, got the entire Sara essence of the world and then gave it to us in the form of Omkara. And another slight difference in meaning, Lokas is also Lokasaranga because he takes only the Sara, the essence of what the lokas. He takes only the Sara of what people offer to him also. When we offer a banana or when we offer a coconut, when we offer a mango or whatever fruit, Bhagavan takes the Sara of that. He doesn't eat the whole fruit. He just absorbs the Sara. So again, the bee example is taken. Even as a saranga, a bee takes only the essence from the flowers. Bhagavan only looks for our Shraddha and Bhakti and all other good attitudes. And he, even when he is totally happy, when we say Bhagavan is happy, we must not immediately imagine that he's just laughing around very good and all. No. Bhagavan is happy means he enables us to lead a dharmic life. And when that happens, Bhagavan overlooks all our omissions and commissions. Like the mistakes we do in our puja, offerings, chanting, etc. That's why, end of a puja, we ask Kshama Prapti. Yadakshara padabrashtam matra hiram tu yad bhavet tatsarvam kshamyatam deva prasida janardhana prasida parameshwara. Whatever mistakes we have done in chanting, in pronunciation, etc., if we have done the chanting with Shraddha and Bhakti as a Ishwararpanam, as an offering to the Lord, then all those mistakes are taken care of. So he only takes the essence, that is, he looks at what is the motive of the devotees. And that is the essence of this entire puja or whatever karmas, Vedic karmas we do. That's why even when we are actually offering oblations to our Pitris, it is called Shraddha because it has to be done with Shraddha. Not with an attitude, oh, okay, I have to do it. I've got 100 other things to do, but this has come now. Let me, okay, quickly finish it. That should not be the attitude. Only one day or maybe 2 days in the year. we allocate for praying to our ancestors, to our Pitris? Can't we actually keep everything aside and on that day just remember all our lineage, our father, our grandfather, our great grandfather, and all the other great grandfathers and grandmothers who have preceded us, and because of whom we are here today, we are alive, we are able to pursue all that we want to pursue in this life. 2 days in a year, if we can't do that with Shraddha and Bhakti, what is the point in living? And any amount of money that we gather cannot replace all these things. So this is the attitude one needs to develop, Shraddha and Bhakti. And that is what Bhagavan is looking for. He doesn't look for any material offerings at all. You go to Tirupati, put crores of rupees in the hundi, Bhagavan is not bothered. People are under a very wrong impression that I am giving this to Bhagavan. Bhagavan doesn't need anything. He is Purna. He's got everything. In fact, what you are giving, he has given it to you to give. So that is what Lokasaranga has. Then Sutantuhu. Tantu means a thread. Sutantuhu, the one who is beautifully expanded as the universe. Shobanaha tantu vistirnaha prapanchaha asyeti sutantuhu. So, as even from the cotton, the tantu, the thread, spreads out long. When you can recall Mahatma Gandhi, a small piece of cotton, make a big ball of thread, cotton thread. Similarly, Bhagavan is spread out beautifully in the form of this universe. And hence he is Sutantu. So if the entire Jagat is looked upon as a fabric, a big piece of cloth, then Bhagavan is the yarn which is lasting. But it is a yarn, like there are, some dresses and all may be there, changing colors from moment to moment. I've seen some saris and all, silk sari. You look at it from one side, it will be one color, another side, another color. The thread is the same. So similarly, even though the world is changing from moment to moment, and if the world is looked upon as a fabric, then Bhagavan is the yarn which is lasting. The objects in the world may keep on changing, but what is constant and what is lasting is Bhagavan. He is Sutantuhu. Then Tantu Vardhanaha. So he not only is pervading this entire universe as Sutantuhu, he also is the one who makes the universe grow. Tameva tantum vardhayati iti chedayati iti va tantu vardhanaha. Now the word Vardha Dhatu has got two meanings. One is to expand, another is to cut. Both the meanings Adi Shankara brings here. Vardhayati, Vardhayati and Chedayati, both. So he makes the universe expand just like the long yarn, or he cuts it. He makes the yarn expand, the galaxies are expanding, space between galaxies increases, and the galaxies seem to move away from each other. Even at the individual level, every family grows, expands, all because of the grace of Bhagavan. So he is Tantu Vardhana, the one who expands the fabric of this universe. Or he is the one who cuts away, destroys the thread of this universe during Pralaya. As I said, the Dhatu Vard has two meanings. One is to grow, another is to cut. Both meanings are there. So Adi Shankara gives both the meanings, one referring to the expansion of the universe and another referring to the universe going from manifest to unmanifest condition in pralaya. So he cuts everything and then he, makes this universe back to seed form. So he is Tantu Vardhana. Indra Karma. Indra Karma, the one whose actions are great and glorious. Indrasya karmeva karmaha asyeti Indra Karma. So here Indra doesn't refer to the Lord Indra or the Devata Indra. It refers to any ruler. Bhagavan is Indra Karma because his karma, his actions are like that of Indra, a king, a ruler. They are great and glorious. Of course, we can, Puja Swamiji adds the other meaning that if you want to take the meaning of Indra, he says that he is the one who rules the worlds in the form of Indra. Because Indra is the lord of all the devatas. And all the devatas are all ruling this world in their individual capacities with their individual powers. Agni Devata, Vayu Devata, Varuna Devata, etc. And the ruler of all these devatas is Indra. So in that way also is a Indra Karma, whose actions are glorious and great. Then Mahakarma. Mahakarma is accomplisher of great deeds. Mahanti Vyadadini Bhutani Karmani Karyani Asyeti Mahakarma. So he is Mahakarma because his karma, his actions is Mahat. And karma here, we can take the meaning of actions, or we can also take the meaning as object of action. The creation. Because the word karma has got that meaning. Second case, it is the object. So the Jagat consisting of the 5 great elements and the elementals, they are the object of what? Bhagavan's creation. And everything in this world is composed of only these 5 elements. Even elementals are, the 5 elements form the elementals. Even though we call it elements and elementals, nothing in the creation is elementary. Everything is very complex. And that complexity is what created by Bhagavan. So he is Mahat. It is great. His actions are great. Even if you just take our human body, the complexity of the human body, amazing, unimaginable. People have been working for thousands of years to find all the secrets of human body. Still, they are not able to find out so many things, why certain things happen. Nobody is in some very broad correlations. In some cases, they are able to establish. Some people say, if you smoke, chances of getting cancer is high. Or if you drink, you can get, consume alcohol, you can get, liver can be affected. But then we have seen cases who doesn't smoke, who has been a totally sattvic food only has taken, he also gets cancer. Why that happens? Nobody knows, because everything is so complex. So he is Mahat, Mahakarma. Then Krita Karma. The one who has done all that is to be done. Kritameva sarvam kritartatvat na kartavyam kinchitapi karma asya vidyate iti kritakarma. Dharmatmakam karma kritavaniti va. So, Bhagavan is kritakarma because he has done everything that is to be done. There is nothing left undone, nothing lacking in what has been done. The end that one wants to achieve is called Purushartha, or put it in a short form, it is Artha. Generally, one has got many Arthas to be achieved. Many goals, security goals, materialistic goals to be achieved. And by the time one achieves a few of them, a few more get added to the list. This goal of materialist, that is materialistic goal, the list of these materialistic goals is unending rather. Therefore, it is not possible for anyone to say, I have done all that is to be done because I have achieved all that which has to be achieved. Nobody can claim this. But from our standpoint, when we look at the Lord, he is Kritartha. He has achieved everything that is to be achieved, and hence he is Kritakarma, done everything that is to be done. Putting it in a different way, he has everything with him, and therefore there is nothing to be achieved by him. As I said, he is a Purna Swarupa. When one is completely Purna, completely full, there is nothing more to be done or achieved. And even when Bhagavan takes an avatara, he does so for doing what? Dharmatmakam karma, actions that are keeping with dharma. And in all this Itihasa, Purana, Mahabharata, everything that we study, Bhagavan, even in his avatara, always has a mission accomplished. Whatever he takes avatara for, he accomplishes that mission. Therefore, he gains the name of Kritakarma. Then Kritagamaha, Krita Agamaha. Agamaha means the Vedas. Kritaha Vedatmaka Agamaha Yena iti Kritagamaha. As I said, Agama means Vedas. Because Paramparya Agachanti iti Agamaha. They come down through Parampara. That is why it has got the word Agama. Agachanti. They come down through a parampara, either family parampara, father, son, etc., or Guru parampara, teacher, student, teacher, like that. And all the rituals and their know-how, how to perform them, are given in the Vedas. So as the Agamas, that is the Vedas, are Krita, authored by Bhagavan, or given out by him, Bhagavan is Kritagama. That is the meaning of that Nama and that Shloka also. We'll now go to the next Shloka. Udbhava Sundara Sundho Ratnanabha Sulochanaha Arko Vajasana Shringhi Jayanta Sarva Vijjayi. So this Nama has got 11 namas, no 10. Udbhavaha, Sundaraha, Sundaha, Ratnanabhaha, Sulochanaha, then Arkaha, Vajasanaha, Shringhi, Jayantaha, Sarva Vijjayi, 10 namas. Udbhavaha. Again, Adi Shankara gives two meanings: the one with a superior birth, or the one who has no birth. This is the beauty of the words in Sanskrit. You can use them for both the way. Almost opposite meaning. Utkrishtam bhavam janma swechaya bhajati iti udgatam apagatam janma asya sarvakaranatvad iti va udbhavah. What he is saying is, Bhagavan is Udbhava because his bhava, his birth, his existence is taken of his free will. And it is not due to any karma like our bhava, our birth. We are all born, all living beings in this entire universe, their birth happens because of their karmas, past karmas. Whereas in the case of Bhagavan, there is no karma. So how does he take avatara of his own free will to fulfill a certain need for the world when there is more and more adharma increasing? When it becomes impossible for the human beings to contain that adharma, increasing adharma, Bhagavan takes avatara in order to restore dharma in this universe. Therefore, his birth, which he takes of his own free will, is utkrishtaha, superior, praiseworthy. He is born according to his will by keeping Maya under his control. And he is born where he likes. For whatever purpose that avatara was assumed, that job is always well accomplished. There is no unaccomplished avatara. Or udgatah bhavaha asmat. He is the one from whom birth has gone away. Why? Because he, being the cause of all, he himself is uncaused, and hence there can be no bhava, birth for him. In the Gita, Bhagavan himself says, Ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavam yatma mayaya. Sambhavami, I am atma mayaya. I am unborn, I am unborn, changeless. Ajaha api, unborn, changeless. Sannavyaya atma. Bhutanam Ishwaropi San, the cause and the Lord of all beings. Prakritim swamadhishtaya, still wielding my own prakriti. And prakriti is Maya, my own Maya. Sambhavami atma mayaya. I come into being by my own Maya, by my own creative power. This Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita. So this Nama, we have to understand what is Udbhavaha. Then Sundaraha. Sundaraha means what? Handsome. Vishwa Atishayi Saubhagyashalitvat Sundaraha. Bhagavan is Sundara, very handsome. And this beauty is the wonder of the world. Whether we look at an avatara, or even we look at the entire Jagat, which is nothing but Bhagavan, it is Sundara or beautiful. Even in his Narasimha Avatara, no, he is very beautiful, depicted very beautiful, especially when he became Lakshmi Narasimha, Shantamurti, looks beautiful. We must have seen, many of us have seen the photos or, that paintings or whatever it is. Shantamurti. Narasimha as such is Ugramurti, but as Lakshmi Narasimha, he is Shantamurti. Then Sundaha. Sundaha means the one who melts our heart. Sushtu unatti iti Sundaha. Because his grace, Sushtu unatti, melts the heart of even the most hardened person. Or you can also say, Sulabhena unnati, effortlessly melts everybody. And that is why he is Sundha. But this takes grace for our heart to be melt. When we are in a high stage of bhakti. In fact, whenever our heart melts, what is the physical indication that we get? When our heart melts, tears flow down from our eyes. Have we not experienced this? When we are totally engrossed in that bhakti, in Bhagavan, in his meditating on his form, it is as if butter is melting and tears run down our eyes. It is not tears of sorrow. It is not tears of grief. It is not even tears of joy. It is the tears of, it's very, probably the nearest word is a bliss, we can say. And we often experience, those people who have got Shraddha and Bhakti will often experience this. Even that happens when there is compassion arises in us. When we see somebody suffering, we feel compassionate towards that person. Again, we will see that our heart melts and tears run down our eyes. It is all Bhagavan's grace that we have such a compassionate heart, compassionate attitude, which effortlessly melts the people. So he is Sundaha, very beautiful Nama. Then Ratnanabha. Ratnam means jewels. Nabhi means the center, navel. The one whose center has many jewels. Ratna Shabdena Shobha Lakshyate. Ratnavat Sundara Nabhihi Asyeti Ratnanabha. So he is Ratnanabha because his navel, his center is beautiful like a jewel. But it can be looked at another way also. The Lord is in the form of the earth, the bhumi, which has got ratnas in its nabhi. All precious stones, gold, everything that we consider precious is coming from where? It is all held in this earth only. Therefore, he is Ratnanabha. Both ways we can look at it. Then Sulochana. Lochana means eyes. Sulochana, the one who has got beautiful eyes. Shobhanam, Lochanam, Nayanam, Jnanam va asyeti Sulochana. So literally you can take it as Nayanam, or Nayanam symbolically stands for Jnanam, knowledge of the self. Enlightenment, we say. Sulochana simply means one who has got beautiful eyes. But the word Lochana can also mean, as I said, Jnana, the one who has got superior knowledge. Superior knowledge means what? All knowledge, Sarvajnaha. Therefore, he is Sulochana. And when we gain the knowledge of him, of his Swarupa, that is a great blessing. Every knowledge is a blessing, but the ultimate blessing is the jnana that liberates one from samsara. So here, instead of actually focusing on Sulochana means beautiful eyes, which is also fine, because we see that in Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara especially, which is what, more often we come across, Bhagavan is such beautiful eyes. So that itself, the beautiful eyes of Bhagavan can be used as a object of meditation. That is one part of it. But from a Vedantic point of view, the word Sulochana, the word Lochana can be taken as to mean knowledge, especially self-knowledge, liberating knowledge, liberating one from samsara. Then the next is Arkaha. Arkaha means the one worthy of being worshipped. Brahmadibihi pujyatamaihi api archaniyatvat Arkaha. The word Arkaha is derived from the word Arch Dhatu. Arch, to worship. So Bhagavan is Arka because he is worshipped by even Brahmaji and the other devatas, who themselves are worshipped by people like us. Eventually, all worship goes and falls in Bhagavan's feet only. Sarvadeva namaskara hai keshavam pratigacchati. Therefore, what is seen, what is heard, everything falls at the feet at the altar of consciousness, which is the Swarupa of Bhagavan. That is Arkaha. Then Vajasanaha. Vajasanaha means the giver of food. Vajam annam arthinam sanoti dadati iti Vajasanaha. Vaja means food, especially rice. He is the great provider of Vaja, food. How does he provide? Through all the crops which are grown on the earth. And he provides this food to all beings, rather. Whether it is a plant, he provides this food in the form of the nutrition in the earth, which the the plants and the trees require. He provides this food to all animals like cows and all, the form of grass and other things grown for human beings itself, all the jivas, even for insects and bacteria. Bhagavan provides appropriate food. Sometimes the food may be ourselves only, rather. So Bhagavan is called Vajasana. Then Shringi. The word Shringi again has got two meanings. One is a horn, Shringaha. Another is a mountain peak. It's also called Shringaha. Pralayam Basi Shringavan Matsya Vishesha Rupaha. Shringi is one who has a prominent special Shringa. As I said, Shringa means a horn or a peak of a mountain. So in Matsyavatara, at the time of Pralaya, Bhagavan took Matsyavatara and a special horn by which he dragged the boat carrying King Satyavrata and others. That's a Purana story is there. Matsyavatara story. Another way of looking at it is, he alone is in the form of great mountains, which are special peaks, and therefore he is Shringi. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, Stavaranam Himalaya hai. I am the Himalaya among the mountains. Stavaranam means the non-movable, immovables. I am the Himalayas. So he is Shringi, the peak, special peak. Then Jayantaha. Jayantaha means he is the cause of victory. Arin Atishayena Jayati Jayaheturva Jayantaha. Bhagavan is Jayanta because he excels in conquering enemies. And even for us also, any kind of Jaya or success requires Bhagavan's grace. And when we put in an effort to achieve something, what makes the difference between victory and failure is Bhagavan's grace. That's why in Tamil they say, Tan Padi, Deivam Padi. Our own efforts is only 50%. Balance is the cosmic order, all the devatas, the cosmic powers. They have to come and shower their blessings for us to achieve success in life. So Bhagavan is Jayanta because he is the cause of our success. Even in Mahabharata, Bhagavan Shri Krishna was the cause of the victory of the Pandavas. If Krishna had not been in Pandava's side, of course, there is no question of if and but in history. But Arjuna was wise to choose Krishna to be on his side rather than Krishna's army. And the Mahabharata itself is called Jaya. The original name of Mahabharata is Jaya, to show that it is Dharma and Satya alone which wins ultimately. When everything is destroyed, truth alone will prevail. Satyameva Jayate. So he is Jayantaha. Then Sarva Vijjayi, the all-knower and the victorious, both meaning again. Sarva Vishayam Jnanam Asyeti Sarvavit. Durjayan Jetum Sheelam Asyeti Jayi. Sarva Vicha Asau Jayi Cha Iti Sarva Vijjayi Ityekam Nama. So there are two words which have come together to form one Nama. He is Sarvavit, the one who is the knower of everything, and also the Jayi, the one who is victorious. The Shastra uses the word Sarvagnya to refer to a Jnani. Who is a Jnani? A Jnani is one who knows Brahman and who also knows that I am that Brahman. He knows that everything is Brahman. I am Atma Brahman. My Atma also I am Brahman. Essence of everything. And hence he is Sarvagnya. Jnani is called Sarvagnya, knower of everything. Whereas the word Sarvavit denotes one step further. It refers to the one who knows everything individually with all the details. There can be many Sarvagnyas, but there can be only one Sarvavit, that is Bhagavan. So a Sarvagnya may say everything is Brahman. But if you say, okay, you let me tell me what do you mean by everything? He may be able to recount a few, but not everything that is there in the universe. Whereas Bhagavan as Sarvavit knows everything in all details. And he is Jayi also because he has the nature of always being victorious. Again and again we have seen this theme in this slokas. So no internal or external enemy can stand against him. So he is Sarvavit and Jayi, and because of Sandhi rules, it becomes Sarva Vijjayi. So he is Sarva Vijjayi. I will just chant the next slokas. We will see the meaning in the next class. Suvarna Bindu Rakshobhyaha Sarvabhagishwareshwarah Mahahrido Mahagarto Mahabhuto Mahanidhi. We'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji. Hari Om.
Harihi Om.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Hari
Thank
Om,
you.
Guruji.
Namaskaram.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Namaskaram. Thank you.
Lord.
Thank you, Guruji.
Namaste. Thank you. Namaste.
Happy Dashara. Happy Dashara.
Yeah, all of you. Happy Dashara. Happy Navaratri. We saw the significance of Navaratri. So you can remember this significance of Navaratri. 3 days of Durga, 3 days of Lakshmi, 3 days of Saraswati.
Saraswati.
That is our life also should grow. We should grow from Durga to Lakshmi and then closer to
Saraswati.
Saraswati. That is how we should grow. Anyhow, good. Any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Nothing is there. Thank you very much. So we will meet next Sunday from Bombay. Thanks a lot.